Well, welcome everybody to Mike's Minute wow, it's already January 19th. We're talking now about the conference divisional
Championships, conference
championship.
championship.
And the conference championship coming up is our what we're going to be talking about. Two teams going to the Super Bowl. A lot happened over the weekend. A great weekend of football. Mike, why don't you give us a recap of what happened?
Oof, yeah, there. It's a lot going on there, but yeah, at the end of the, who's going in to the conference championships is the Pats versus the Broncos, and the Rams versus the Seahawks, and yeah, there was a lot of good games out there. The one that I was most happy about was the Pats uh, beating the Texans type thing. And it was a rainy, windy sort of snowy day there, so you couldn't get it any worse. But which is what the Pats would be happy with. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we've got for the conference championships, Pats are playing the Broncos in Mile High Stadium at 3 p.m. So all your picks have to be in by that point. Rams versus the Seahawks at 6:30 on Sunday as well. So that's good. The weekly winners, and it was a number of ties at the fourth spot, but the number one winner for this week, no one else other than John Karam.
No, I hung on.
Yes, you
Oh
Well
my
did.
done, John.
God.
Well
I thought I
done.
was dead after the Chicago interception.
No, no. And then that with 30 points. And then Dave Gervin had 31, Jeff Goldman, 32. And then we had Mark Balsamo and Jan Ellis and Greg Savicki all tied for their fourth spot. And because we pay out 10, I decided that because Jan and Mark had already won in week one as well too, that the extra penny would go to Greg Savicki. So
Very nice. Very nice.
Well,
and just interesting enough, though, and I know people have been asking about maybe next year doing overall standings. And right now, if we were to do the overall standings, John Karam would be in number one place. That's with 62 points. Mark Balsamo at second with 63. Jan Ellis at 65 in third, and Simon Desjardins at fourth and 68. Nice, close, and so it was a good weekend for people.
Yeah.
well, we're joined this morning by the lovely Karen Martin. Karen, I'm hosting your husband down here in Florida. I must say, it is a real treat to watch a football game with him. I mean, he, he's for
Isn't
those of
it
you who don't
though?
know, Jim Delahunty is a former football coach. And every play, he's breaking it down. Why do they do that?
Ah,
I'll use more. I won't use the language he uses.
ooh, yes. I'll tell you, he knows so much about football, being a fabulous coach,
Yeah, yeah,
And he's saying things to me, and I just don't even understand them.
yeah.
But he knows what he's talking about.
Well,
And it is fun to listen to him because he's very passionate
oh
about his
my God.
quarterbacks, especially.
Nothing wrong with that. No.
I
I don't
love,
think strong.
just I should charge admission to listen to Jim during these games because it's so colorful.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And
Oh boy.
it's not like he has a favorite team. It's just every play that someone does something dumb,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
lets it go.
he does not like stupid quarterbacks. I'll tell you that right
Oh yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh, you should have heard him. I guess that
Whew.
Stroud, poor CJ Stroud would have been killed
Oh,
his
oh,
coach.
I was thinking about that when I was watching him, and it was not good. 4 or 5 interceptions. I thought, oops.
Anyway, we had a good time. I'm watching the national championship game tonight with him, and I
He'll
love
enjoy
watching
that.
football with Jim. There's no question. Of course, we're
Yeah.
smoking our cigars and
Yeah.
everything else. Karen,
Yes.
I think one of your games is going to be an easy pick.
Yeah.
Actually, I think both games are easy picks. I think it's just a
Okay.
matter of by how much.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Patriots and
Oh,
oh yeah,
Broncos.
Broncos.
yeah.
They're playing in my High Stadium. Second last play of the game. last week. Bo Nix
Yeah.
breaks his ankle. He's out.
Yeah.
Stidham's in.
Yeah.
Not looking good for the Broncos.
No. Well, I believe Bo Nix is suffering from an ankle fracture, and so he's going to have surgery tomorrow.
Yeah,
So he is not going to be playing.
yeah,
And I think Sean Payton's going to have to make some adjustments because the backup, Jared Stidham, I don't even know who this guy is. Has only played 20 games. He was a fourth round draft pick by New England. He had Tom Brady as a mentor, I guess. Went to Vegas, and then I'm just reading some notes because I don't know anything about him. And then 2023, he signed as free agent with the Broncos. His mobility is nowhere near close to Bo Nix. So I think Peyton's going to have to make some changes to protect him if they want any chance. I believe the Broncos are going to give a good fight. They're at home, but I think New England is just going to be too tough for them. They have a strong defense, and if they just get to this guy, it's going to be over. So I'm picking the Patriots to win by about five or six, even more, maybe.
maybe more. Mike, what
Yeah,
do you think? I think that's a good pick. Reasonable, that
Yeah.
for sure.
No,
maybe
I
more.
think obviously that's reasonable. This this guy who's going to fill in for Nick's type thing. Obviously, he hasn't played a lot. He was a fourth round pick. Now, Tom Brady was actually farther down in the standing, in the rounds when he got picked. But you know the but this guy hasn't shown anything. Obviously, in the time he's been around. My guess is they'll do a lot more running.
Yeah,
As opposed to passing. And but I was very impressed with the aggressiveness of the Pats defense against the Texans. They were forcing a lot of mistakes, and I think that's what you're going to see. Like they have a passion right now, so I'm going to take the Pats by at least 10 on this one. So
Yeah,
understand.
this could be a trap game. It's one of those games where, okay, the backup quarter is starting. They're not favored to win. They're going to go down really bad, and all of a sudden, this guy comes in and he looks like Tom Brady, and leads them to a win. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more work on Stidham. I'm not sure, but right now, if you ask me right now, at least 7 points for the Pats, at
Yeah,
least.
yeah,
But you never know. I mean, this is a funny game. It's just a funny game. And you don't think Denver's hearing all this? You don't think Denver's hearing, well, you're going to get beat badly. You
yeah,
can't win
yeah.
without your quarterback.
That's
Those
true.
guys are going to be so pumped. Mile High
Yeah,
Stadium, that's a tough stadium to play in.
it is.
They're going to be coming after um, uh, um, Drake May quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just, I'm going to be, but I would say today, this morning, at least seven, and
yeah,
maybe even drifting toward 10
yeah,
for that. But this could be a trap game, everybody. Be careful with this game. Be
yeah.
careful with it.
You
That's
never
all I'm
know.
saying.
exactly.
Yeah,
Um, okay, then we hop over to Seattle. I can't see anybody beating them, but
no,
whatever. Karen, what do you got in that Seattle Rams game? Because the Rams, they
yeah,
seem to do things that you don't expect either.
no. Well, they're playing in Lumen Field, and we all know what that's like. The atmosphere is going to be absolutely crazy in Seattle. Now, these two teams have faced each other two times this season. They've split the games, and we know what happened when they played in Seattle. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with the Rams coach because you have to play more than three quarters. And the fourth quarter of that game was terrible
Yeah.
for the Rams. So I think this is going to be like the Super Bowl game because these two teams are very, very good. And who is it? Devontae Adams. Did he not come from the 49ers?
Who, Quincy Adams?
Devontae
Devontae.
Adams.
Was he not on the Raiders for a while? I'm not sure. I
I'm,
can't remember.
I can't remember. I thought he was with 49ers, but I think he's back. I'm hoping Matthew Stafford's fingers are fine, so he can throw the ball well. I think it is. It seemed to be good. But I think the Seahawks are peaking at the right time, and they've got the crowd behind them, the crazy crowd, and I think they're going to win this game, and it's going to be like the Super Bowl, and they should be able to win by maybe three or four. Because the last two games they faced off, it was the Rams won by two, and the next game the Seahawks won by one when
Yeah.
they made that beautiful pass for 2 points.
Well,
So it's going to be close, and it's probably going to be a very fun game to watch.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like the
Mike,
Seahawks.
what do you got on this one?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be a very tight game. Both teams are extremely good, well coached.
Yeah,
Probably the Rams have the edge in terms of QBs. But Darnell has been playing well. I think obviously as Seattle makes sure that it works for him type thing. So I think it's going to be tight. I would say Seahawks by three, just because they're at home, and as we know, any home game is
yeah,
a tough game for the visiting team. So, and when you have a chance to go to the Super Bowl as a winner,
yeah.
yet the crowd is going to be very, very noisy.
Very noisy.
Well, well, I agree. First of all, that last pass that Caleb Williams made to tie
Caleb
the game
Williams.
up against the Rams. You should have heard your husband on that one, by the way. Um, that
With
just showed me something. That just showed me something about the Rams' defensive backs. I knew they were weak. In fact,
yeah,
I had picked Chicago to win that game by 3
yeah,
because they have been weak. And how they let that guy loose is
yeah.
beyond me. They can't make mistakes like that. That was
No.
terrible.
Well, you're right.
Seattle absolutely dismantled Marcus Enzo's team
Oh,
last week. I mean,
so
poor
sad.
Mark, he must have been putting his head under a pillow after that one because
Sorry.
that was an ugly, ugly
It
team.
was indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just look so good in all phases of the game. And you're
yeah,
right, that stadium, what an advantage it is for Seattle.
yeah,
I definitely think Seattle's going to win that game.
yeah,
And I wouldn't be afraid to bet 7 or 10 points, except Matthew Stafford. He's just the wild card in all this. Puka
yeah,
Nakua, he seems to make great catches and keep them in the
yeah,
game,
yeah,
but their defense is just not there, especially the backs. I just don't think they're
yeah,
good enough.
yeah,
So it could go either way. It could be close, could
yeah.
be a blowout, but I think Seattle wins either way.
You know, John, I thought that pass by Caleb Williams was crazy, crazy good. He's running around, and the Rams are trying to get him, and they didn't get at him at the right place, you know.
Yeah,
And Jim's told me this. They didn't play their positioning very well when they were chasing him around. And that was a blind pass. And it was absolutely amazing. And the crowd went wild. It was so fun to watch that. And it's just too bad Chicago lost. You
that pass,
know,
Karen, that pass was 46 yards on his back foot. He didn't even get a chance to step into the throw. This is how good this guy's arm is. And then they let that guy loose in the end zone like it was crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. So,
he
and
must
then of
have,
course he blows it. I don't know if it was him or the receiver. It looked like the receiver didn't know the route on that interception that he threw in overtime because when you're watching the replay, the receiver is just jogging along
yeah,
and
just right in his hands.
but my point was he had all kinds of times to throw. He had
Yeah,
better options than that guy, and he just couldn't find them. So I don't know.
no. Well,
Anyway, thank you very much, both of you. Mike, is there any instructions for this week's game?
No, not really. Just get your picks in before 3 o'clock on Sunday, and not 3:01 or 3:05 or anything like that. Just before 3 o'clock, please and thank you. And yeah, and all the best to everybody. On the games, what they
I,
pick.
I assume
yeah.
there are going to be a lot of ties this weekend because there's only 2 games. People are going to pick the same team by, and how do you break ties? Just you split the money if you're
I
tied.
just split the money. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like if we had 3 people who finished in fourth spot this weekend, so I just divvied up as and obviously sometimes you have an odd number of winners and an even amount of money, so I have to put the penny somewhere else. So
Yeah. So yeah. So what I just a suggestion that what other pools do to so you don't have ties is they
yeah,
also have you predict the overall score, so that like not the total score. So like you'd say let's say Seattle by 3, but the total score is going to be 45 points, and whoever has that closest, it helps break some of those ties. because you're going to have the ties here, and you're going to have ties at the Super Bowl weekend. So it's going to be a lot of splitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah, well,
bet.
and that's fair enough. The more money we spread out to everybody is a
Yeah,
good thing,
I
the way
get
I
you
look
too.
at it.
That's the
Yeah,
other side of it too. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
anyway, thank you very much, Mike, for doing
yep,
this. Karen, thank you for getting
no
up
problem.
early
Yeah.
on
Thank
Monday
you for
to join
inviting
us.
me.
And wish you both good luck this week,
Yeah.
and everybody else
Yep.
good luck.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week on Monday after the conference finals.
Yeah. And
Yep.
John,
Perfect.
enjoy the championship college game, the
Yeah, I
gym,
will. Yeah. Oh, I think Miami's going to get
and give
blown
him
out
my love.
tonight, though. Yeah. Yeah, it looks so good.
Go Indiana.
Bye bye now.
Bye.